everyone, welcome to Geekonomics. We're back in studio after a week hiatus for vacation. For myself, we are back in person. Brian enjoys this much better than the Zoom, which he will tell you at least 6 times today, like he did last week, about he hated it. And Josh is with us because he's not off seeing a movie.
Hi.
He is back in the hole that we put him in.
Get back
where he
in your
produces the show.
hole.
Where he produces the show from. So yeah, a lot of stuff to cover. A lot of stuff to talk about. Huge Summerslam event.
A lot of shakeup.
Over the weekend.
Big shakeup.
Big shakeup. I like you use shakeup now because it's like you play the video game. So now you're like, it's a shakeup.
Actually, I wasn't even saying. I'm just saying it because a lot happened.
Yeah, a lot did happen. Yeah,
but
we'll talk about all that and so much more. What do you got, Brian? How's he doing? What's new with you?
Well, good. Mark, you are on vacation. Anything? You guys do anything cool? Did you guys do anything?
Not really. We did a staycation this year.
Yeah.
Just decided it was easier to... I didn't really want to go anywhere. I was rather just sit around the house and do nothing.
Didn't want to.
It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah. Pulling up my...
I had all these plans of things we were going to do, like, around the house. Like, we were going to, organize closets, and...
Oh, that's
I was going to build Lego, and I have, a backlog of Lego things I need to build. And I did none of it. We did nothing.
Yeah.
We sat around, we watched the Olympics.
Yeah, we've been watching a lot of Olympics,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
As we watched last night.
Yeah. And that's about it. Just that. Finished watching The Bear, which we'll talk about.
Yep.
Went to a couple different restaurants in the area. Tried those out.
Yeah.
Some we've been to before. Some we have not. So that's always fun. Got food from some other restaurants we haven't gone to yet.
Mm-hmm.
We got takeout or delivery from there to try that out. But that's about it. Yeah, it was nice, relaxing. The weather was not great, so that didn't help.
The weather is not great
Yeah.
any week.
Yeah.
Because we took
It's either
vacation,
nuclear
our weather,
hot.
It wasn't that
Yeah, so it's like nuclear hot, and you don't want to go outside anyway, so you stay inside in the air conditioning.
Yeah.
Or if it's somewhat temperate, it's raining, so
Yes.
you really can't do anything.
No.
But yeah, so
Yeah, we just power through. We're like, we're doing the things.
Yeah.
We don't care what the temperature is.
yeah,
You get used to it after a while. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice though. It was nice because it didn't have to just to sit and relax and not,
And
think
you
about going anywhere or
You
doing
had an
anything.
extended vacation because
I did.
we
I actually
saw
had 2
Blink.
weeks
we
basically.
went to the movies. Then we had the big show on Sunday. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, I want to talk about the Bear, because I want to give it a review. But for us, we'll have to put a pin in this conversation. Allison and me, we watched The Boys season 4.
Ah.
And
I have not tackled that yet.
It was really good. Without spoiling anything, because I want to wait till you watch it. I like to discuss. I'd like to have a review on it for us, Geekonomics. But overall,
Yeah.
it's a build-up season towards the final season.
Yes.
They stray off the comics in this season. There are still things which I liked. I was like, man, I wish they delved more into that. Things were mentioned from the comics, which was kind of cool. But overall, it was a good season. Alice and me both enjoyed it. We actually watched the whole thing in 2 days,
Nice.
which we're just like, we're going to get through this.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'll say this. This is non-spoiler. It took me episode 3 to get my bearing of where this season was going. I'm not saying episode 1 and 2 are bad, but I was trying to remember everything that happened.
Yeah.
Because it was last summer, but I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Like, it should have been a recap at the beginning of it or something.
There is a nice one. That
Yeah.
gives you a recap. But I think episode 3 was the episode that was just like, oh, man, I'm fully invested now.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Gotcha. Yeah.
Alice, it was funny, different. She was just like, she's like, oh, I was in episode 1.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I forget. This show just gets right into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know during the show, while the show was airing, there was some blowback. There was blowback from a certain political side.
Yes.
And I think that became the dialogue because this season is on the nose and it's not. It's,
In a good way.
Well, previous seasons, it was ambiguous, but
Yes.
we all know what they were they were talking about.
Yeah.
This is 100%
Yes.
on the nose.
Yeah.
You know what they're referencing.
Yeah.
And I think that
Well, it's one of those things where, like, if you feel like satire is starting to become reality, then it's probably something wrong with what your reality is.
Yes. And they didn't hold back.
Yeah.
They didn't shy away.
Yeah.
And I applaud that.
Yeah.
Because even the original, if you read the original Boys, there's
comic book.
there's commentary
Yes.
about current events when that publication happened.
Yeah.
And a lot of great comics, The Watchmen, a lot of very important comics have commentary or satire, life events.
Yeah.
And this show is based on something that came out back in the 80s and 90s, and they're satiring current events.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm going to say. I really liked it. Allison really liked it. It set up season 5 very nicely.
Yeah.
Season 5 is the final season. If you
Good
read
to
the
know.
comic, I kind of know where it's
know what's
going, but
you
maybe
might not know
but
where
they
it's
might
going.
be throwing us a curveball.
They've thrown some curveballs already, so who knows?
Yeah. So you'll like it. It was good.
I tried watching because I was going to dive into The Boys during vacation. I was like, oh, but then the Batman show popped up, and I was like, ooh.
Now, did you
I wanna
watch
try
that?
that? So I started watching it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched. I've realized I haven't watched anything on Amazon since they've instituted commercials.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. We keep them. We keep the
Um,
commercials.
It's not a major thing. It's just it's annoying watching shows that aren't made to have commercials in them,
Yeah, I know.
and then have commercials just pop up on like a major plot area or something about to happen.
Well, I don't know about you,
Ad.
but during The Boys, every episode, the commercials were always in the very beginning before the show even started.
Yeah.
The only time it was the final episode, which came out a couple weeks ago.
It's gotten worse, I've heard.
But the final episode, they gave us the commercials 20 minutes in the episode.
Yeah.
But everything else was totally fine. I'm fine with watching 3
Like I
commercials
was watching
before the show.
the Batman. It literally was like 5 minutes in.
Well, needless to
It's
say
a
about
half-hour
commercials,
show.
I was on my things to check out. Batman Cape Crusader, which is actually on
Amazon.
Amazon. Why do I think it was on the Max? It
don't
should
know.
be on the Max.
It should be on the Max.
So, what do you? Beside the commercial thing, I mean,
Like I said, I got 5 minutes in. Commercials happened. I was like, I'm not watching this, and I got off. I stopped. I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to deal with this.
wow. Are you gonna pay the extra money to get rid of
I
commercials?
looked into it, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay $3.
Oh, I'm not. I refuse.
month.
I'm not giving Amazon any more money.
Yeah.
I refuse.
I'm like, I've already
so,
got.
so you're saying it's like a Twitch commercial where like
Well, it's even more
in the
annoying.
middle of something, all of a sudden, some weird
It wouldn't
random
be
ass
as
commercial.
annoying as like I was wondering how Brian feels about it because you don't do the Amazon Prime.
We have Amazon Prime.
Oh,
We still do.
okay.
But we're not paying for we're not paying extra to get rid of the commercials.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, it renewed by itself. So
it does
we're
that.
Like,
Does that.
yeah.
So that was my thing. Your camera is really bad.
Why?
Your your camera's not in the right position.
Oh,
Yeah, way
wow.
too much headroom, or you moved. One of the two.
Did I move, Josh? It's
I think you
fine.
moved.
It's fine.
I just looked over. And
He
it's like-
moved.
you're like, woo. Like, way
Should
down
I go
here.
over get closer?
No, you're fine. It was just I just caught it at the corner of my eye.
Josh, is this better?
No one's gonna notice, but now I said something, so they'll all be noticing it.
It's
Just popped out of my head. Yeah. So I was just kind of just annoyed because I was like, well, now I don't know if I want to watch The Boys now because I don't want to be dealing with that either. Like,
But I can tell you, we watched
Ads.
The Boys. All the ads were in the very beginning, except the final episode.
yeah,
And when we watched, there was another Amazon show we watched with commercials. They were all in the very beginning. None of them were in the middle
Yeah.
of the show.
no, this was like incessant, and it was like 3 minutes. I'm like, I'm not sitting through 3
So
minutes.
was the
of
show
commercials.
not good enough for you to continue?
I just like I don't want to deal with it. I was like, I feel like dealing with it. I said it to Claire, and she's like, wow, you're so old that you like get aggravated by this. I'm like, it's just annoying. It's like I'm already paying so much money a year
Yes, it's a
for Amazon
principle.
Prime.
You're right.
Why are you now trying to chip me for another $3 a month
Because they're all doing it.
just so I don't have to watch commercials?
Right.
But even still, even if it has commercials,
It's like it's even
you
like
have to
starting to
give it some time for like a normal show.
Not even
it's
that. Like it's even
like
starting
12,
to turn me off of
15 minutes
YouTube.
in.
Like I watch some like vloggers and stuff on YouTube and shows on YouTube and stuff that guys do like daily stuff, and they'll do like a 40-minute like video, and then like you'll be watching the video, and then like it'll go to a 2-minute commercial break that you can't skip. I'm like, I don't want to sit here for 2 minutes for this commercial break.
Well, most
I'm on YouTube to not watch commercials.
Well, you have to
Like,
get
well, you could
Prime.
pay the whatever to not get commercials. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, this is getting
how-
stupid.
This is how they make their money, Mark.
I understand that, but
I know.
Even Twitch now, you can either subscribe to somebody or you can pay Twitch $5 a month to not have
Yeah.
any ads.
yeah.
It's like
Well, like YouTube does it now. It's like if they're like a longer video, they're like, oh, less ads, so it's less breaks in a video, but the breaks are longer. It's like I really got hit with one the other day for 5 minutes of just ads.
You couldn't skip it?
No, you have to like wait till like half an hour, like
I've
30
never
seconds
had,
in.
never had
you know,
5
some of them
minutes.
now
Yeah,
you have
it's-
to
I've
at
had
least
a
watch
minute,
like
45
15 seconds.
No, it's crazy. It's like I'm not gonna sit here for a minute and a half, like waiting for a stupid ad break. Stupid Amazon.
Well, I'm going
Google.
to check out Batman Cape Crusader myself.
Yeah,
And it really, honestly, I don't know why it's on the Max. It should be on the
it should be on the Max. That's the other thing I said. Like, why is this on Amazon?
Amazon probably paid
Amazon
for it.
probably paid for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be on the Max after it's done.
But
But no, I want to watch it because I like the show, the original animated series.
it's people, yeah.
It's the same people, just not the same. Like
Bruce Timm is producing
yes, but there's a lot of guys that were from that
Yes, animated series.
series
Now,
that
Kevin
are working on
Conroy's
this.
not doing the
Well, no,
voice.
because he's dead.
Yes, but I thought maybe he recorded before he died.
They didn't start doing this till after he died.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You do know he recorded a lot of things.
Well, I know, but still, it's like that's
He was
kinda,
in the Suicide Squad video game.
I mean, you can just AI him, I guess.
No. Then he
Speaking
was,
of which, what do you think about that? Speaking of AI, did you see that while I was out like last week? That the video game voice actors went on strike?
yeah, they should.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're on.
How does you're the video game guy in this group, so how is it affecting your video games?
It won't affect really because half the video games take a very long time to make.
That's the other thing
So-
I was thinking. It's like, so you're really not striking from anything because
Well, no, they're
nothing
strike-
that's in
they're-
process probably right now
they-
have
they-
any chance
it
of
would,
being
it would
done.
stop production for a lot of games, but
But you could still do a lot of the other parts before you get to the voice acting.
And also it depends on the contracts because some, like I think Bethesda
Yeah,
and a
some
couple
are gonna
other have
continue.
contracts where they won't use your voice outside of what you're contracted for.
Yeah.
So those are still going. It's
yeah,
these
there's some
other
games still going.
other productions where the contracts is so vague. If you do any like voice acting, like they can then because that's the problem is they're taking the off cuts that they don't use and are like resplicing them to use in other games.
Gotcha.
And they're not compensating the actor for them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it would take a while.
Speaking of Bethesda that Josh mentioned,
Yeah.
have you thought about downloading Fallout London?
Well, Fallout London is for PC only.
Oh, okay.
It is a mod. It is not made by Bethesda.
No, I know that. Yeah.
It is made actually by a community of modders.
Yeah.
They made it themselves. So
Full
you
storyline and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did it themselves. And Bethesda was really nice of them to let that happen.
Yeah.
Because they're really into the mod community. But
Yeah.
it's a PC only.
Yeah.
I don't have a PC. I don't game on PC. So.
Maybe Francie will do it.
The Batman Cape Crusader, though, I wanted
Yes.
to bring up.
As a female penguin.
Christina Ricci plays Catwoman.
Yes, I heard that.
That's awesome. And Diedrich,
Diedrich Bader.
is it Diedrich Bader plays Harvey
Diedrich.
Dent?
Yes,
Remember we saw him at Kineticon?
we did.
And
He was not nice to us.
It wasn't him. It was the handle. You couldn't go over there and
You
talk. to
couldn't
him.
get near him.
Yeah.
because he's under contract for something that no one ever heard about or saw.
It was really funny because I just remember.
And he'd be like, "Oh, I'd do it," and then like his handler's like, "No."
Yeah.
So it's
He
really
sat-
he doesn't want to do it, but he's too nice of a guy to.
He
Or
sat
he wanted
there
to have like the
with
idea
no
that he was a
line,
nice guy.
No line.
Yeah.
And me and Mark were like, let's go talk to him.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Can't,
Can't
come over
talk to
here.
him.
Nope.
He was in Office Space. Can't talk to him. He was in the Drew Carey show. He's too popular.
Minnie Driver plays Penguin?
Yes.
Oswald Copperpot?
Oswalda Copperpot.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Jamie Chung plays Harley Quinn. That's a good cast. I'm gonna check it out. I saw it. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
And then on the Max, you have a spinoff of the
Kite Man.
Kite Man.
Of Harley Quinn.
I watched the trailer. I don't know.
I don't know.
Kite Man was my favorite character.
I was in
of it.
the Harley Quinn until
too.
like
We
the
both-
last season.
We both dropped out.
Then it got too.
Her voice became very annoying.
Yes.
It was
Kelly
too
Cuoco's
embracing.
voice got too
It was
much.
so much. Too much.
She did too much.
Over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And
It's like there's a happy medium she could have pulled.
Season
she
one.
went too far.
awesome. Season 2, great. Tried to watch season 3. It's just like,
Nails on a chalkboard.
yeah, I don't know. It was a little too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
No offense. I mean, I think it's
Yeah.
a great show, but it's just not my
Yeah.
cup of tea anymore.
Yeah.
But Kite Man was my favorite out of that
Yeah. I don't know if he
series.
warranted a show, but it is what it is.
It could be funny.
I mean, why would might as well make a Kite Man TV show and not make the Batman Beyond movie that people actually want. Because, DC makes all the right choices.
I'm going to say his name wrong, but Hamish Linklater?
Sure. Hamish?
Is it Hamish?
Sure.
Hamish Linklater? He plays
Linklater?
Batman. He plays Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
He was in Manhunt.
Okay.
Midnight Mass. Did you see that?
No.
New Adventures of Christine.
No.
Fantastic Four.
Sure.
He was
Newest one?
the old one.
The old one?
The old here. I'll show you a picture of him.
The old Fantastic Four?
That's him. You recognize him?
Oh, he was in other stuff, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's that guy.
Yeah, that
He's
guy.
that guy. He's like those
Yeah.
guys that's like,
He does the podcast with Paul Walter Hauser.
oh, does he?
Yes.
Okay.
Or I just saw a random video of Paul Walter Hauser
With him.
finding out he was going to be in Inside Out 2 while he was on a podcast with him.
Gotcha. He plays Bruce Wayne, so that's who's the new
And
Bruce
Batman.
Wayne. And Batman.
Have you seen anything of the new Superman one, the My Adventures with Superman, that's sort of
The
anime?
cartoon?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I heard it's okay, but it's like, meh.
I did hear DC went to Comic-Con and unveiled their new logo and act like it was a big deal.
Oh, I.
Oh, they went back to the old one.
Yeah.
They went
Looks
back to the old blue
literally
DC
the
logo.
film
The blue
DC
shield.
Films looks like just the blue comic book seal.
Yeah, they went
With,
back
like,
to
the
the old
stars.
DC shield.
And that was like their big announcement. Like they literally brought a bunch of people into Hall H for a DC panel.
I'm
to
sure
show
other
them a
things,
logo.
I'm sure other things were
Nothing else was shown.
I'm sure.
No,
other things-
Brian.
Nothing else was shown.
Brian, that was it.
That was
That
it.
was the announcement was.
Was-
I can't believe that's the only.
That's all that
That's
was
all it
shown.
was.
It's the biggest thing that came out of Comic-Con. That DC literally booked the whole panel space
If
to
I Google
unveil
that,
a logo.
If I Google that,
They did
all
not
right,
show one piece of video of anything else they're doing.
I disagree on this. So DC,
Well, I know you disagree on it, but it could be
Comic Con
Hall H.
Hall H panel.
All H panel announcements. Announcement.
Logo.
Well, I'm telling you, what I'm saying to you is, they didn't just show up and announce one thing.
They did.
Here we go. They have the old logo with the stars.
That's their new logo.
They announced Creature Commandos animation. They showed a trailer to that. They showed Batman Cape Crusader. They showed a clip of that. They showed a clip of the Penguin. Comics. They did.
Yes, that was it for the shows and films. No
They
films.
did New Justice League. The New Gods.
Brian, all that wasn't Hall H. some of that was in other portions of the.
Yeah, but they're like actual
Well,
big,
this is
huge
what I'm saying.
presentation was.
All right.
Here's look at our new logo.
All right. Well, I
While
don't
while Marvel's over there being like, hey, we got Robert Downey Jr. coming back to play Victor Von Doom.
I know. Which I'm
And
still on the
here's
fence about.
here's
but-
Captain America: Brave New World, and Deadpool and Wolverine just released yesterday, and
And we're gonna
here's-
show you stuff.
here's the whole movie basically
Yeah.
for free. And DC's over like, we got a new logo
Well, what are you
It's
gonna
from 20 years ago.
from 20 years ago.
do? Yeah. I don't know. I don't really care.
Hey, James Gunn's gonna save everything, so that's all that matters.
He could.
And
I'm
then
excited for the new Superman movie.
What makes the whole DC thing even funnier is Deadpool. With what happened in that, just being like,
Yeah.
hey, those guys down the road.
You guys down the street,
Yeah, that was very
we'll
funny.
save you.
That was very funny.
We'll bring you back to people actually wanting you to be in things.
All right. Anyway, I honestly could care less about like DC Marvel versus each other.
No, I just
because
thought it
they're
was
both the
hilarious
same.
that they booked the whole presentation.
It's
I had
annoying
no
to me
idea
because
they
I
were
used to
even
love
there.
DC.
That's exactly.
But it's just like, I used to be a DC guy. Like, I have, like, one of my prized possessions is the blacked out Batman comic that I have stored away. Like, I used to love all the DC stuff. Now it's just like, eh.
I still love
Who cares?
DC. I love DC comics more than I like Marvel comics. But I like Marvel movies more than I like DC movies. But I also feel that both can be good, and I want both to be good because I think in a world where both are doing well, it's good for
But
the
that's what I
industry.
mean, is they
Yeah.
both can be,
Yes.
but it just feels like DC, outside of the animated shows, like, outside of that,
Well, they're
they
starting
can't-
over. They,
I know, but it's just-
Zack Snyder screwed the pooch. I think everybody can agree that Zack
It's
Snyder.
not just
screwed
Zack
the pooch.
Snyder. I think it
It's-
was
yeah.
a whole bunch of things. But
Well, yeah, but
like
Zack Snyder.
when they come out of the gates and their first decision making of the new regime thing is, we're going to shelve a full-on movie instead of shelving The Flash. We're going to shelve Batgirl.
Mark,
that
we've
was already
discussed-
shot
a
and
movie,
done
a
and
mo-
completed.
movie people want over
we've
a
already
movie
discussed
people
We
don't
literally
care.
had the guys that did Into the Spider-Verse have offered to make the Batman Beyond movie
I know.
and
What's
have
this-
animated half the movie, and then all of a sudden they just go, nah, we're done. We don't want to do this anymore.
Listen, I don't know. I agree.
I'm not worried about James Gunn.
I much rather have seen
I'm worried about the
Batgirl.
people above James Gunn that are going to be like, nah, it's not going to work. We're just going to scrap it.
You know what? In a world where every corporation owns everything, I'm worried about all the corporations screwing the pooch with everything.
Well,
Sadly, it can happen. I agree
can.
with you, and it
Because
has.
that's the main problem.
But
Is
let's-
it's not even DC, it's WB.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's WB because they've done that even with their own stuff. They shelved what the one with what's his name? It was Wile E. Coyote
yes
versus
yes.
Acme
That got scratched
with
too.
the guy from I can't remember his name.
Roadrunner?
No, but the guy.
There's a Wile E. Coyote movie that was made that had Will Forte
That's
from
it.
SNL.
Thank you.
Yes, and it was filmed, done,
Completely
everything.
done. Completely finished.
Warner Brothers scrapped it, and even the guy who wrote it, directed, everybody
Yeah.
behind the scenes said, "We would love this movie to be brought up. Maybe someone else can distribute it."
Well, it's like Batgirl.
Yeah.
Like
But,
they
like, it
literally
was
had
even-
Brandon Fraser coming off an Oscar
Yeah,
as the villain.
Michael Keaton's Batman in there.
Yeah, and then
that's
just was
why
like,
I want to see
and
it.
we're just like, nah, we're good.
But the Wile E.
right.
Coyote
Let's put the Flash
one,
out.
like
I know.
it even
All
tested
right,
well.
let's move
no, but
away
I'm saying,
from this negativity.
No,
I don't
but,
really
like,
It just
care.
baffles
What-
me.
what's
It just
annoying
doesn't
is-
bother me.
at least with the Wile E. Coyote movie, it tested well.
Yeah.
People liked it. It reminded them of the Brandon Fraser one that he did with Looney Tunes.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, we could do, like, it could be part of the universe and we
Yeah.
can keep going. And then,
Yes, they got
No.
shelved.
But
I
hey, let's
mean-
give us Space Jam 2 with LeBron James.
I mean, it sucks. It's lost media.
Yeah.
I agree. I
Yeah.
don't want things to be lost forever.
I'd rather see them than not see them.
Yeah, I mean, might
Even
as
if
well
they're not good.
put them on
I
streaming.
mean, they put Blue
services.
Beetle out
There you go.
and Aquaman, whatever that was called.
Exactly.
into
Aquaman.
the waterverse or whatever it was called.
I haven't watched any of them.
All right.
Aquaman, Waterworld.
That was things to check out, though. The Batman Cape Crusader. Also,
Yes.
August 30th, my hype level is going up and up. Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what are you getting hyped about?
Very excited for it.
Has something on your
It's the
pants or
one
something.
video game I'll be buying this year. Very excited.
Oh my gosh.
Brian, I have heard good things. I saw somebody that went to LA for one of those play tests,
Yeah.
Yes.
and he said it was really good. And like the story and everything is really good about it. So
Yeah.
All the outlets got 4 hours of playtime. For the most part, everybody said it's a really fun open world Star Wars game, and that's
Yes.
what everybody's been wanting. And I am hyped because it
Yeah.
takes place during the original trilogy.
Yeah.
And like it just looks awesome. And I want an open world Star Wars game. And honestly,
Maybe after I finish Fallout 4, which I didn't touch once during
I was
vacation.
going to ask you.
Not once.
Wow.
Every time I thought about it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to invest the time. I'd rather just not do anything
Right.
and be on vacation.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So I'll probably tackle it now when I actually have things going on.
Yeah. It's when you have a hard day, you want to come home.
Yeah,
you wanna
exactly.
Beat
Just-
things up or shoot things.
Yeah.
When you're on vacation.
Yeah. Speaking of friends from
use it
LA,
as an escape.
we have a mutual friend from LA who's been on the show before, who I'm in the works of sending us a shirt. So I don't know if she's in this movie or she's somehow involved with the movie, but she posted about it on our Facebook page. So
Who? Megan Duffy?
yes.
It's
So
a movie.
I can't tell you because it's going to ruin it when the shirt comes. It's a
Okay.
ripoff of a movie that we joke about a lot at D&D. The company that made that movie is making another movie.
Is it Cocaine Bear?
It is, but it's not Cocaine Bear. It's a different creature.
Why do I think I saw it?
You did. Yeah, I know you did.
Should I say if I know it?
Sure.
Was it like Meth Gator?
It is.
Is it Meth Gator?
It is Meth Gator. I was like, I need one of those shirts.
Is this a real movie?
Yes, I think so.
Oh my lord.
It's a gator coming out of a toilet with meth all over its face.
Wow. Well,
It's coming. It'll be. Hopefully, it's coming. I had to reach out to her again today.
Attack of the Meth Gator.
It just
It came out in 2003. It's
Oh.
it's on IMDb as 2003.
there you go.
Oh.
There
It might
you
have
There
go.
you
been,
go.
or that's when it was in production.
yeah. But I think they finally finished it. It's like called Meth Gator. I
Is
think.
Megan Duffy in it?
I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
She posted about it on her Facebook, and I randomly saw it, and she was giving away shirts. And I'm like, I want one.
That's funny.
I'm gonna give it to somebody. I know who I'm gonna give it to.
Oh,
Well, he's mentioned on the podcast often,
okay.
and he's the one that hates that we use the Cocaine Bear all the time.
All right.
So now I'm
Keep
gonna
it a
give him a shirt.
surprise. Keep it a surprise.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, he's gonna hear this because he's on vacation in Iceland. He's definitely gonna listen to the podcast while he's on vacation.
Yes. Well, why
So
wouldn't
why
you?
wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you on vacation?
So if he actually makes a comment about us talking about it, I'm really gonna rag on him about talking about a podcast
when you're on vacation.
while you're on vacation in Iceland.
Right,
You should not
right.
be listening to us.
No.
So if he
And-
does, he's gonna hear about it.
And this Saturday, we have Rocky's big screen debut
Yes.
among yours and mine.
Yes.
With the movie Tragic.
Yes.
Chris Mortensen wrote and
Got moved to the
directed.
big theater, I heard.
Yeah, we're in the big
Yeah.
theater, baby.
Yeah.
And got 160 tickets sold.
Nice.
Isn't that the one that Kylie did a voice on too?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Kylie was invited. I don't know if
Yeah.
she's going to show up. All the Warnocks are invited.
Yeah.
Tickets are $12.
I'm trying to. It's like I don't know if I'm gonna go by myself or if Claire's gonna come with me, so I'm still waiting on.
All right.
Because Allison going.
Yeah.
That's usually how I get things approved now. If Allison's going, she might go.
Allison's going.
All right.
Yeah, I'm dragging her with me.
Okay. So maybe I'll tell her that. And if I told her I'm in it, I haven't told her I'm in it yet.
Yeah, you have a brief cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I made it in first before I decide I was going.
Yeah.
I know you edited it, so
Yes.
it's always a weird thing to say. I hate saying that
Edited it. I know.
because it's hard. It's like
It is a weird.
sounds weird when
it
you say it
sounds
out
weird.
loud.
I helped Chris with post production.
Yes, he taught you how to edit. I heard.
Funny story. I got to tell you a funny story. People who know me, Josh Eason, I send him the article and I say, hey, Josh, do you want to come take photos? Maybe
Yeah.
I'll get you in, or you want to just come?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm doing a wedding. I go, every time I invite you something, you're recording a wedding.
He's a big wedding guy.
And then he goes, well, sometimes it's real, sometimes it's an excuse.
Sometimes I just don't want to
such a
go to
jerk.
things.
Anyway,
good.
he reads the article. First thing he says to me, he goes, wait a minute. Doesn't he know you've been editing for like 25 years? I go, I know. Yesterday,
The funniest part is like I taught you how to edit. So
Hold
it's
on.
like
yesterday I see Chris. We had a little meeting because this weekend's a big day
Yeah.
for him. We had a meeting yesterday, and I said to Chris, I said, "Hey, I gotta bust your balls. For me. I gotta bust your balls." I go, I'm busting your balls. I'm not mad. I'm just busting your
it's
balls.
just hilarious.
And
It's
I
more
said to-
funny than anything because we know it wasn't him that did it.
Yeah.
It's just the way it was written.
And I said, you know, Chris, you didn't teach me how to edit. I go, actually, Mark did. And then I go, and, honestly, Mark taught me tape to tape, and then
Yeah.
I moved to digital. But the first time I watched someone edit digitally was this kid Leaf in Bob's class.
Yeah.
Because he edited our project,
Yeah.
and I was fascinated, and I watched him because at Cox we had tape to tape. At Azuntuck we had
Yeah.
the Adobe.
yes.
So,
Well, we had it here too. We just
Yes.
you start there and then we moved to the.
but if I give
Adobe.
anyone credit, it would be Mark.
Yes.
Mark did show me how to edit. So I told Chris this, and I go, I just got to bust your balls. And then I go, another friend read it and says to me, said the same thing. And Chris is like, well, you know, I learned stuff from you. And I figured, I go, Chris, it's fine. I go, honestly.
And I think I taught Chris Morton's how to edit because he came here and when he was early on, I think I taught him as well.
Well,
I don't know.
I think Bob
Yeah, he
Berquist
was in
taught us
Bob's
all
Oh, I
that.
know what I'm saying, but I
And
think he also
yeah.
learned stuff from
He
like
was
here
in Bob's
too.
class.
Yeah, because he came through
Yeah,
here
because
too.
I think he was in my class
Yeah,
with Bob.
yeah.
Well, I was in.
It's just
his
kind of
class
funny. I
with
just thought it
Bob.
was hilarious. So if I do go, I'm definitely gonna be like, "Hey, man, it's so nice of you to teach Brad how to edit. I've been waiting for him to learn how to edit for so long."
I said to him, I go, I'm busting your balls, but just letting you know, Mark's gonna say something when he sees you.
But did you do any editing at the racetrack?
Yes, I taught Brian how to edit at the racetrack.
Well, I knew how to edit. When
No, I'm saying,
No,
but
but like-
I taught you all that stuff at the racetrack. Like, you didn't even know what race cars were until I brought you there.
Well, that's different from editing. You
No, what I'm
show-
saying, but I
yeah,
taught you
yeah,
how to
yeah.
put the show together.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Mark, I'm giving you credit.
I'm
where
not.
credit's
I'm not
due.
arguing. I'm just saying what Josh. I'm just responding what Josh said.
No, my history in editing was I took a class with Bob. Bob showed the whole class how to edit. We did a project. I watched this kid Leaf edit.
I mean, I'm just glad that he taught you because now you can start helping out with the Equilibrium TV shows. Because
Yes.
I've been doing them by myself this whole time.
I know.
And let me tell you, it's going to be really helpful having another
Labor
person,
intensive.
No.
another
So-
person involved to help edit. It's going to be really great.
I go to Cox.
Don't do it, Brian. Don't do it.
We're doing tape to tape. I'm watching Mark. I'm like, man, I can't do tape to tape. They get digital machines.
We had them. We just had an iMovie machine.
And I made my first video on iMovie in that room right over here.
Yes.
I made a Whalers video. It was like
Whalers Night.
Whalers Night. I edit that.
It's
Then
it's on YouTube still.
then I made the baseball. I put all the softball footage
Yes.
together, and that was the big movie I made on that machine.
Yeah, that was the first project you learned how to edit on.
Yeah, and so that was like my biggest project I ever did.
Yeah. Then we started doing Equilibrium TV after that.
Yeah.
That's
So-
when you learned. Then you really learned how to edit.
Yeah. But
The trip to New York City.
New York City. Anyway,
CBGBs.
I helped Chris post-production because I wanted
Yes.
to make sure his movie sounded good.
Yes.
And it does. And he should be
Yes.
very proud.
Yes.
Needless to say, it came out really good.
Yes.
The actors were fantastic. The locations were fantastic. Mark's cameo is fantastic.
And the studio's got a cameo.
That's what I'm saying, the
Yeah,
locations.
studio's got a cameo as well.
Rocky has his... He has a
His,
sex scene.
It's
He's a sex scene. How do you feel about that?
That's the one deterrent of going to see the movie. Not that it's just I don't know if I want to see Rocky doing that anywhere.
Or any of your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, or any of my friends.
Yeah. He's shirtless.
Well, I've seen that before.
Don't worry.
I think
Don't worry.
I think we've all seen
Yeah,
Rocky.
we've all seen
shirtless.
Rocky shirtless.
Don't worry,
It looks
don't
like
worry.
you can basically see through him, so
You know,
it's not
when
that
I
big of a
walked
deal.
in there, Chris is like, Brian, I got this 10-minute sex scene with Rock. What should I do? And I said, we cut that down to 2 seconds. And that's what we did.
That's what we do. We get rid of this footage.
No, it's tasteful.
Do you have a barf bucket that we can throw it into?
It's tasteful.
No, I know. It's just that
yeah,
if any of my friends would anything, I don't want to see that.
No, I agree. But yeah, that's this Saturday. It's very exciting. Tim Jensen wrote a very nice article. Needless to say, he had some information wrong. But he had a great article.
you
He
know.
did a great article for the movie. And I
Yeah.
think he's going to be there.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it.
So that'd be cool. I
Yeah.
haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah. Well, we just saw him at Blitzkrieg.
Let's say
Tim
some
Jensen
wrestling.
there?
That was the Tim Jensen that we talked to. Yes.
He was by the food.
By the food.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't maybe I was so in
Oh, it might have
awe
been
of
before
him.
you got there that we
No,
talked
that-
to him.
I don't.
Yeah, I
remember
think
seeing him there.
we talked to him before Brian showed up.
That's what it was.
I came
I
over.
don't remember
Yeah,
seeing
yeah,
I
him.
think, yeah. And then we saw
Yeah.
him for like 10 seconds at the end of the night.
Yeah.
All right. So, without all that getting out of the way.
Yes. So this Saturday,
yeah, it's this Saturday.
Agawam Cinemas.
You got it, baby.
Tragic.
Tragic. It's gonna be good. Should be good.
Edited by Chris Mortensen
Post production by me.
with instructions given to Brian Kazaska. Oh, he's not living this one down for a while.
Control C means cut.
That was a good one, Josh. Sometimes the blind squirrel finds a nut.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, speaking of movies,
So what I do is I file new sequence.
Are the audio supposed to line up, or do you just put them wherever you want?
oh my
If I accidentally record it in one track only, how do I double that up so I can hear it on both sides?
It's only coming out of one side. How do I fix that?
Oh my lord. Oh, it's too funny. I told him. I said, "You prepare yourself." And I had to bust him for it. I'm like,
Oh, of course you do.
I don't know how he said it.
That's what
though.
friends are for.
I think I think it was just written in that way. I think maybe he was trying to say we.
I
both-
instructed Brian on how I wanted the movie edited, is what he was probably trying
Chris
to say.
edited the whole movie.
No, what I'm saying, but he was probably like, I helped Brian, instructed him on how I would needed the audio edited or something.
I think it
and
was just worded wrong.
morphed into
editing. Yeah.
Chris Mortensen taught Brian Kazaska how to edit.
Yes. Yes. He was using a program I wasn't familiar with, so he was showing me how that.
So maybe
works.
that's what he was saying.
That's what I
he
was
was saying.
thinking.
Like if he uses DaVinci Resolve or something like that.
Yeah.
He was saying I was showing Brian how to use. I taught Brian how to use DaVinci Resolve.
Right. Right.
And it
Instead of
turned
saying
into,
all that,
I taught Brian how to do it.
Tim just said, Chris taught Brian how to edit.
I like how everybody finds it so funny. You and Josh Eason right away said something.
As soon as I read the article,
Oh,
I
of
like
course.
had
Of course
texted you
Ethan's gonna
instantly.
say
I know.
I was like, Brian, have you read this article?
Yeah, I did. I was like, yeah.
Did you see this?
I wasn't gonna. I was like, well, I'll let it pass. I'll let it pass.
I helped my old friend learn to use the computer.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brian didn't know how to use a smartphone.
Brian's never touched a computer before. I had to tell him where the power button was.
Brian doesn't know how to read.
I don't know how to read.
I don't know how to read.
Okay. All right. We gotta move
I just
on.
look at the pictures at the Dunkin's drive-through. I want one of
Deadpool
those.
And Wolverine box office real quickly.
Yes.
It's gonna hit. They're saying by the third weekend, it's gonna hit 1 billion,
Wow.
which is pretty awesome.
And it
And
might just creep near Inside Out 2 by that point.
yeah, I believe so.
I think that was like 1.5 billion so far, Inside Out 2.
Oh, it will probably beat it by the end of the year.
Oh, I don't know. Inside Out 2 is still in theaters.
Well, so is this, and it's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
pretty
Remember saying,
strong.
yeah.
And it is now what the highest rated R movie,
Yes.
which is pretty
Highest grossing.
highest grossing rated R movie.
Yes.
So very cool.
It beat Passion of the Christ, I believe.
Yes, Passion of the Christ.
Yes.
Okay.
For the biggest box office.
You're going to piss off
for
the
rated R
Christians
movie.
even more.
Hold on.
God, just add to it. Just pile on.
Hold on.
Ugh.
Back in the day, there would be, when The Force Awakens, Jurassic Park, any of these big movies, they would do a special poster with a baton. And if they beat him at the box
Who are you talking
office,
to?
My camera and you.
Oh.
The void.
Void.
Sorry. They would make a special poster with R2-D2 with a baton.
With Passion of the Christ?
No, with the other movie that beat it at the box office.
With Jesus?
The other producers would do it as
I'm
being
sarcastic.
Now, what I want to see is Jesus' hand with the
From one Jesus to another?
Jesus passing it
To
on
Marvel
to
Jesus?
Marvel Jesus. Now that would be clever marketing.
That would be clever marketing.
They should make it. I bet you they're gonna do it.
A new Jesus has risen.
Yes, and it's gonna be Jesus' hand.
Oh,
The
man.
poster will be Jesus' hand with Deadpool's
I'm
hand.
so glad my mother's not alive right now.
Oh,
So I
the
can say
baton.
things like this.
especially if he has the stigmata, and he.
Oh. Yeah, he has a hole in his hand. and he
Yes,
can't-
yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
man.
it's gotta happen.
Oh.
That's my dark humor for the day. Let's move
Yes,
on.
moving on.
So,
Next thing that won't get us yelled at.
we'll go. We don't have to do spoilers, but The Bear season 3. Your thoughts?
Ice Chips was the best episode of the whole season. The one where she's having the baby
Fantastic
with
episode.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I actually like that one, and I like the one about what's her face getting the job there. I can't remember her name now.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
thought it was because you got to see the old
Yes.
crew, you got to see the old restaurant.
Yeah. John Bernthal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing. That was a good episode too.
That was
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
I think this show really fires on all circuits when it's like those single episodes about just
Yeah.
one person.
Yeah.
Overall, that season was great, but it was so much build up, and then those dreaded words
Yes.
to be continued.
Yes.
And I was like, oh,
Claire was so mad.
yes. Allison was the same way.
She's like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah. Yep.
Continued my dad.
And they filmed both seasons back to back.
Yeah.
Because everyone's getting so big.
Yes.
And what's his name is now going to be in Fantastic Four.
Yes.
So
It's gonna be the thing.
he's going to
He
be
is.
the thing. We're not going to get the final
And
season until
because
next summer.
What's his face, who's the main character, was about to go off to film Iron Claw, so he had to bulk up a lot for that.
Well, he filmed it before this.
No, I thought it was after.
They started filming back in
No, yeah, Iron Claw was before this. I thought.
yeah, Iron
Oh.
Claw was before this.
There's something else he was in, or maybe I'm thinking of the other Sydney was going to be in something. That was the other reason why they had to do it.
Well, Iron Claw happened before this.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna get the final season next summer. It was such a build up.
Yeah.
And like it was a good final episode, but you had that moment at the end and you're just like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I need one more episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good, fantastic season.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was great.
It was really good. Well done, well acted. I think
Yes.
the acting is amazing.
The stuff with the favorite parts of the whole season. And I don't know why, because maybe it's just a little bit that I remember from when I worked at a restaurant for a short time. With any time they did the cardboard boxes, the breaking down the cardboard boxes. I don't know why it made me laugh hysterically every single time.
Well, yes, nobody likes doing the cardboard
Yeah, no one likes
boxes.
doing the cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
No, because it always starts off. It always starts off with you nicely tearing them apart.
Yeah.
And then it just turns into, get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, even at home, like Claire will just throw the boxes into the garage.
Yeah.
And it just drives me batty. It's like just you worked at a place where you broke down all your cardboard boxes. Just break the cardboard box down and then put it in the
Yeah.
garage.
Yeah, I
in the
do it.
pile of cardboard boxes.
I have to break them. I break them all now. But anyway, it was an excellent 8 episode of television. I think top tier television. The only thing I have against it was like, man, I wanted more.
Which isn't a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. I'm not.
That's a good thing.
I was waiting for, man, why was John Cena in that episode?
That was.
I
An
saw the
awesome
commercial
episode.
for that.
fact.
I'm like, he's got to come back.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is he coming back?
He's got to.
He was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. The families are amazing.
Yeah.
I think the show is just well written and
Yeah.
amazingly acted.
And it's so great how that guy that plays the Fack brother,
Yes.
not the brother, but the one who's like the one that says he's Carmi's best friend all the
Yes.
time,
Yeah.
is literally the only actual chef of the main cast.
Oh yeah.
Like, actually, he's like a well-renowned chef that has like restaurants and stuff, and acts like he can't cook on the show, which
Yeah.
makes it even funnier that he has like that he does that character.
Yeah. And
Yeah, like
that,
he has like cookbooks and everything.
that final episode had a lot of those people were real
Yeah.
cooks and chefs around
Yeah.
the town. And I thought that was great because they captured all that in that final episode with Joel McHale coming back as his character
Ugh.
and having
Such a good
They
a-hole.
had a moment. They had the
Yeah, he's
moment.
such a good a-hole in this.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
And he needed that to get it because it was like his white whale. You
Yeah.
know? It was his thing.
And then the review dropped.
Oh my god! And then to
Yeah.
be continued dropped.
Yeah.
The review dropped,
Yeah.
and then
And they like blitzed through it so quickly that you didn't even know if it was a good review or a bad review.
we actually paused it at everything.
Yeah, and there's like
it
three
mixed.
different things. It
It's like
said good,
mixed.
bad, good, bad.
Yeah.
So it didn't give you any clue as if it was a good review or a bad review.
Right.
Except he's got his response, which it could be a good response or a bad response.
And
Then to be continued.
I know.
And Claire's like literally like about to throw something across the room.
Allison was just like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
It was the same response.
She can't wait to talk to Allison about it. So maybe we'll go.
It was the same response at the end of Severance, how Severance ended,
Yeah.
season 1.
Yes.
And Allison looks at me. She goes, "Play the next one." I go,
There isn't a next
"There
one.
isn't a next one." She goes, "Are you kidding me?" I go, "We gotta wait."
You gotta wait
And that-
2 years until a new one comes.
The new season's coming out soon.
Yeah,
They made the
yeah.
announcement.
Yeah.
So, Mark, in the Geekonomics,
Geekonomics scale of television shows.
what do you give The Bear season 2?
The Bear, I will give it a 9. It's not like the ultimate show. I'm not going to go all the way to a 10, but it's like on the scale. If we were like going to go really, it'd be like a 9.7. But we don't do that. We just give it the
You could do whatever you want, but
No,
I,
9's
guess
fine.
what? Guess
9's
what?
fine.
I give it a 9 too.
yeah.
I give it a 9. It would be a 10. It would be a 10. But I feel like I wanted a little bit more closure that final episode.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like they've never done this before. They gave us a to be continued cliffhanger,
Yeah.
and if they just gave us something, it would have been a perfect 10, a perfect show.
Yeah.
Season 1 and 2,
Which I
are
know they're saving
10s.
for next season.
Yes.
So
I give it a 9 as well.
yeah.
9's still fantastic.
Because they still also never paid off the Sydney story. Like, you never know if she actually signed to be the partner or not.
Well, no, she had the anxiety attack at the
Yeah,
end.
I'm saying. So you never
Because
even know if that happened.
You don't even know they're having the party.
I know, I'm
She
saying,
is
yeah.
basically going. She needs to talk to him.
Yeah.
To either walk away.
Yeah.
Or stay.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know where to go.
Yeah.
But it feels like she's gonna walk away.
Yeah.
But then she's having the party with everybody.
Yeah.
And she realizes maybe this is her people.
Yeah.
And then she has an anxiety attack.
I know. So you never
See-
did find that out either.
Yeah, there was a lot they left out.
Yeah.
It's tough to.
A lot of plates spinning.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a 9 for me as well.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I mean, it hits the 9 because Jillian Jacobs showed up too. So
Oh, she it was just that one part.
that's
scene.
all she needs to show up for.
Well, she is great.
She is.
She's fantastic.
She's not bad in the eyes either.
Wow. Oh, I know. Well, you watch Community? Come
I
on.
know.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo. All right, Mark. We
If the other girl showed up from Community, that'd make it a 11.
Allison Brie.
Allison Brie.
I
Ooh,
know.
Jeepers.
All right.
That show Glow. That got a 10 out of
She's
me
married
after
to a
that.
Franco.
I got to watch Glow now. I know I'm going to love it.
Yeah.
When I get Netflix, I'm going Glow.
There's gonna be a lot of Allison Brie.
I'm fine with that. And Mark
Like a
Maron.
lot of Allison Brie.
Well, don't spoil it for me. Yeah.
And Mark Maron was great in it too.
Yeah, I was like,
it was a great
"Man,
show.
I can watch the Glow now. I really want to watch
You can
Glow."
watch Glow now. Yes.
All right. We got to get into the results
Yeah.
of SummerSlam.
You can also watch Suits, which I just finished.
It's okay. I'll skip the Suits.
All 9 seasons.
Oh,
New Suits is coming out too.
how do you watch 9 seasons of Suits?
It's only like 45 minutes.
Well, did you enjoy it?
It was
Mark.
good.
All
Yeah.
right.
What do you say,
Mark,
Lo?
there's new Suits coming out.
I
Suits
know.
LA with Stephen Amell.
Wait a minute.
I know, I heard
there's
ya.
a spin-off called Zoot Suit
Zoot
Riot.
Suit Riot. I'd watch that. The only
You
thing
did watch that.
It got. I will say, I know we're not like gonna go deep into this, but Suits did get worse after Meghan Markle left, and they brought Katherine Heigl on. It wasn't that great with
Who?
her. Katherine Heigl
Katherine Heigl.
from 27 Dresses.
Oh.
and she was in Grey's Anatomy there for a while.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's a name I haven't
Yeah,
heard.
yeah. She in Knocked Up.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
She was in the Seth Rogen movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the last time
So
I saw her.
yeah, so she was in the last 2 seasons, and she wasn't that great.
No.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Like it was so bad that they brought back the guy the other guy that was the main character, because him and Meghan Markle's character move to Seattle after season 7, because she leaves to go marry Prince Harry or whatever.
Yeah.
So they like gradually started bringing him back, the character. She never comes back again, but she's like, they're calling her on the phone and talking to her and leaving her messages and stuff. But yeah, so just kind of, I don't know.
Okay.
But
All right.
it was an all right. It was an all right show.
As long as you like it, that's all that matters.
I didn't say it wasn't that great, but it
What's
was.
9 seasons of it? It's got to be that.
Well, it
it's
was
gotta
only
be
because
good.
it was like every time you go on Netflix, once you get on Netflix, you'll see this. It's literally like in the top 10. It's been the top 10 for like years on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most watched shows on Netflix.
Yes.
So I was like, all right, well, I got nothing else to watch. There's nothing else going on. I'm gonna check this show out and see what's going on.
Suits.
And it's actually it was pretty cool. I remember reminded me why I like law shows, not like Law and Order type shows.
Again, going back to USA used to make good TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they haven't done that in a while.
I know, huh?
Yeah,
Remember Monk?
They don't make TV anymore.
Psych.
Psych?
That's
Yeah.
the problem, though, is USA doesn't make TV anymore.
They don't make original shows anymore.
No, it's all rehashes of stuff.
Well, they make reality shows
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they're cheaper.
Yes. All right, we have to get into this. 'Cause this show's
Yes.
going to go on forever. I don't know how long we...
We're at 50 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Summerslam.
Summerslam
Predictions.
predictions.
We're going to find out. Can Bryan hold on one more pay-per-view event? Can he win the next one? Or are we cursed that we can only win one of these at a time? Because I don't think anybody has won 2 in a row.
Well, you didn't.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
I know I
did.
didn't.
I know. Well, I was priming people.
Well, I know. Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
Yeah. I don't have like the actual match by match because we're gonna go into that because that's not.
What?
We don't need to break down the matches.
Not to like break down who picked what again. I'm saying.
Yes, but that's the fun part.
Yeah. Well, we had like I don't have to go through it. I can go through it. I memorized all the matches and who everyone picked.
Well, I have my thing up here too.
Okay.
You want me to go for the first match of the evening?
Yes.
They started off with a bang, which I knew they would.
A banger.
Was Liv Morgan
Yes.
versus Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
And
you
for
and,
the Women's World Championship.
You and I picked Liv Morgan. Josh picked Rhea Ripley.
And
I lost.
Dominic Mysterio screwed over Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
Sided with Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan won the match. So that's 2
Heartbreaking.
points for us.
And no points for Josh.
No points
Nope.
for Josh.
It was this match. They really did a good job of hiding their cards. I'll give them that because the way they were playing everything off, everybody was like, "He's not going to turn. He's not. Well, no, something else is going to happen."
I mean, not for nothing. I did say like right after that last promo where he told off Liv, I was like, yeah, he's definitely siding with Liv.
Why? That they really he went off on her.
He's not that good of an actor.
Okay, he went off on her, and then the last promo was actually her burning everything.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know it.
Like, yeah, when his promo, he's not a good actor. He doesn't
Do
really.
you feel like it was
do a
pushing
good
too hard?
job. Yeah, he like went too hard. You can only say no so much.
All right. Needless to say,
That's still protest too much, as they would say.
it was a great match. I honestly,
It was.
I like
The whole
where
show
this-
was great.
I like to see where this is going, story wise.
It's going to Rhea Ripley destroying Liv Morgan
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
putting Dominic in traction.
Yeah.
That's where it's going.
So this is actually it's one of my favorite storylines in Raw right now. But anyway,
Yes.
we move on.
Just wait till last night.
I gotta watch the rest
Yes.
of Raw. I might be wrong on this, but I believe we're looking at LA Knight and Logan Paul.
Might have been. You don't have to go exactly
Okay,
in order. You can
we're
just
gonna
kinda-
go my favorite match because this is someone I wanted to lose for a
Yes.
very long time. was LA Knight.
Yes.
Yeah. Up against Logan Paul.
Yeah.
And I picked LA Knight.
And
You
Josh picked LA Knight.
you
I picked Logan Paul.
Right.
Because I thought they were going to drag it out longer.
No.
For some reason, I don't know why I picked Logan Paul.
Well,
But-
I think you got into the thing of he started becoming more part-time.
No, you know what? This
And
was
you thought it was just
me
gonna
was
be-
this was me thinking because Logan Paul we pick later on, or this match we pick later in the rundown
I can
than
tell
when it
you
happened
exactly why you picked Logan Paul.
because I wanted to go
You-
different from you guys.
No, you said, and I quote, you can go back. I'm paraphrasing, but your thought process, which I agreed with, was it's his hometown. Remember? And
Yeah.
he said Drew McIntyre lost in his hometown. Doesn't mean anything. And you said,
Yeah.
well, it's his hometown. I think he's gonna win
Usually,
it.
not for nothing. WWE does. I don't know why I would say that because WWE does have a thing where they basically
like
make
letting
everyone
people
lose in
lose.
their hometown. Like Bayley's lost in her hometown when she had a championship.
Well,
Johnny
Miz-
Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa
Miz
were
was-
destroyed
Yeah.
the
Mark,
night
this is
before
what
in
he
their
said.
hometown.
This is
What's
what
I
he
mean
said.
is
So I don't know what
Miz
dumb
got
part of me
destroyed the
was-
last time he had the
Yeah,
championship.
so I don't know
in
what
Cleveland.
This
part
is
of me
what-
was thinking
you said
that
it
was
his
going to be a thing.
hometown, and I just said,
I could have
well,
so swore that was me usually thinking that they would go the opposite way, but for some reason I wrote down Logan Paul.
yeah.
So whatever, I didn't get
It
points
was,
for that.
but honestly, it was a good match.
It was.
Logan,
It was
like,
Logan
for
Paul's
how
backflip
part-time
thing off
he
the
is,
ropes was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But hopefully this means we don't see Logan Paul for the next 10 to 12 years.
You might
And we'll
not
be
after
fine.
some of the stuff he said online.
Yes.
And honestly,
I mean, I don't, not for nothing. I will say I do think that contributed to him losing the belt.
yes, I agree.
I think there was a different thought process going into SummerSlam, and then when he said some things on the interwebs, I think that might have spun the thought process on him a little
Yeah,
bit.
I honestly think it was going to be like a toss-up decision that they were going
Yeah.
to make day of, and then once he started opening his mouth, they went,
Yes.
"All right, we're done."
Yeah.
But my favorite part was LA Knight taking his car, the Prime car, on SmackDown and then
Yes.
driving it into SummerSlam. It was great.
Yeah.
For his entrance.
Yeah.
LA Knight, he's one of my favorites. We've had a lot of fun with his yas.
Yes.
At home, I quote the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We'd say yeah all the time.
Yeah.
He is the best. I'm very happy he won. I loved his press conference. You could tell he's awkward and he doesn't know what to say, but at the same time, he wouldn't shut up. But it's
Didn't
very
he-
funny. And
Was he the one who said, "Oh, that guy's been drinking"? Then realized it was CM Punk. Went, "Oh no, he hasn't been drinking."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, the first thing LA Knight said was, "All right, guys, I've had 12 Mike Hart lemonades. I'm ready to go." And then
Yeah.
everybody started laughing because, no, I just had water.
Yes. He just drinks water.
All right, we will move on to
Moving on.
Damian Priest and Gunther.
Gunter. This was another one which I kind of threw out the idea, and from what happened last night, I think my ideas are coming to fruition, because Finn Balor screwed over Damian Priest,
Yes.
cost him the championship.
Yes.
Gunther won.
He got it back.
I was dumb enough to not pick Gunther.
Well,
I just picked Damian Priest.
I picked Damian Priest too.
my thing
What
with
did
that
Josh
was
pick?
Damian Priest.
I picked Damian Priest. I didn't think they were going to do the destruction of the core Judgment Day now.
Well, I thought that
We
was
knew
going to
it
happen. I
happening.
knew it was happening. I just didn't know they were going to cost him the
all
belt.
in.
I thought they
Go
would
in.
do something where they would cause a disqualification, which he would then keep the belt, and then he would fight Finn for the belt.
Right, it's going to be something along
But then
the
I
lines
didn't realize
of, yeah.
I didn't think about either that they're going to the Bash in Berlin,
Yes.
and what other way to promote the Bash in Berlin than putting a belt on Gunther, which I should have thought of, and I got really annoyed at myself as I was watching the show.
I will say this.
So none of us got points there.
No, I will say this though. Damian Priest has slowly become one of my favorites. I think
Just wait.
This match was fantastic. Like it was probably one of the best fought matches
Yeah.
of the evening.
Just wait till you finish watching Raw. He's going to become your all-time favorite,
All right.
probably.
I'm like he's really good.
His promo last night was epic.
It was epic.
Yeah.
You know what? It's interesting because he's been like for me kind of like I haven't paid attention to him till recently.
Yeah.
And after watching that match, I was like, man, those two.
I've kept an eye on him since he started out, since I first
put a
saw him
great
in
show on.
ROH, because he was fighting Dijak in ROH way back when.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
And they were in a team together at one point.
I think they were.
And his name was Punishment Martinez at the
Yeah.
time. And then when Dijak got kicked out of that team, they fought often. And there were some really awesome matches back in the day. So
All right, we're
And
moving
he's
on.
he's a very old school wrestler like LA Knight,
Yeah.
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 but he doesn't like show it
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's good. And there's the new 24 documentary about him, which
Correct.
I really
Yeah.
want to watch. Okay, we're moving on. This one, you know what? I messed up, man. I should have went with the storyline, and I didn't. Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, shortest match of the night.
The storyline was Braun Breaker went from the bottom to the top. And
Started from the bottom, now we here.
he honestly,
As the kids say.
honestly, I'm disappointed in myself in this.
We forgot our Steiner math.
Yes, you did forget your Steiner math. 1 + 1 = I win.
Yes. Now I got that wrong. Josh, what'd you get?
I got it
picked
wrong
Sami
too.
as well.
What did you pick?
I picked Braun
yeah,
Breaker.
you did. Yeah, you
Mark got his Steiner math right.
I got my
he
Steiner
added
math
his
right. I always do my Steiner math
125%
correctly.
to his 66 and a third percent, and his
Chance that is 100% of the time is going to work.
I don't know if you watched afterwards. Braun Breaker was on their little
Yes,
after
the
thing.
after show.
And it's so interesting when he's out of character, when
Yes.
he's just talking.
When he was on the Pat McAfee show, he was out of character too, and it was very. Yeah,
He's such a nice guy.
I said it to Claire last night as we were watching. I was like, I think his post-match, his post-show thing, and his interview on Pat McAfee, like I'm like a huge Braun Breaker fan now.
Me too. He seems like awesome.
Yeah.
he really is like that football guy that is a dork.
Well, no, I was also
But
a
no,
huge
but I'm saying,
Steiner
you know,
Brothers
like-
fan back in the day.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, that too. But
Yeah.
he is that like football guy, but he's also a dork about it.
Yeah.
And he's
But
you
he
know
plays this character very well.
yeah, and I
think
said to
that's what
Claire,
I'm-
like he's gonna if they give
really
him
like.
more dimension to his character than just I'm angry all the time,
Mm.
it's gonna be he's gonna quickly become one of the top guys.
Yeah, and people love him. Even though
Oh,
he's
yeah, yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like a hothead, people love him.
Yeah, well, he's like the new age Randy Orton,
Interesting.
like temperament wise. Like he's
Gotcha.
kind of like the anti-hero kind of guy.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. We're gonna move on to this one. This match, honestly, yet again, should have saw it coming, and this is where I failed in a lot of ways. But we have Bailey versus Nia Jax.
Yes, you and Josh picked Bailey.
You
I picked Nia.
Jax.
can I say something?
Whoa.
I should have just with this one. I thought it was going to be a Bailey wins it, and then
Yes.
she cashes it in on Bailey,
Yes.
but I didn't.
Which is what Brian was hoping for because
Yes. And guess what? It didn't happen.
it didn't happen. So you have no.
Here is
chance
the big
for points.
craziness. So Bailey, they're going at it. Tiffany Stratton comes running in. She's got her suitcase that
Brian's flipping out.
that Nia Jax made for her. It's all fancy, and
Brian's getting excited.
I'm like, she's gonna cash in.
I'm gonna make all these points.
She doesn't cash in
She doesn't cash in,
because Nia Jax wins,
and Nia wins.
and she helps Nia Jax.
Yes,
And they both celebrate. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
there goes all your points.
there's my points.
So guess who's still sitting pretty? This guy
So Tiffany
Tiffany?
cashes in.
cashes in at a random SmackDown.
Now, who'd you say though?
Nia Jax, and she gets the championship.
Yeah, Mark has the
I could-
potential.
Wrap up all 20 points in one swoop.
Well, you get 5 points.
5 points for SmackDown.
Yeah, 5 points for
For a
Nia.
competitor.
5 packs for Nia Jax.
And if she
5
wins or
points
loses,
for wins or loses. And then if you got all 3 correct, we said you get a bonus 5.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
because you got that bonus 5 on your.
Yeah, I
pick.
did get the bonus.
Yeah.
I got the bonus points for
Yeah.
Money in the Bank.
yeah,
But I also said that Money in the Bank, I didn't get all the points because remember I thought
because you said Drew was gonna he was gonna get it.
he's gonna win, and then
He didn't.
CM Punk came in and
Yes.
screwed him over.
Yes.
So this match, you know what, Nia Jax, this builds a better story in my opinion. Nia Jax, if Tiffany Stratton does use this to her advantage to take out Nia Jax, I don't know if they're going to become buddy or she's going to use her. But I like it. Honestly,
They're gonna use this Nia Jax storyline to turn Tiffany into one of the top baby faces on SmackDown.
people love Tiffany Stratton. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I think she's
Yes.
going to take down Nia
Yeah.
Jax.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I'll say this. We all saw Bailey win at WrestleMania. She really did nothing with the belts. She
Well, they didn't give her
barely-
anything.
They gave her nothing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I felt like something was wrong with her arm because she was constantly doing this
Yeah.
arm thing.
No, it was
There-
also I think the thing with Bailey is there were plans for Bailey, and I think there were plans to her to go up against somebody else. But I think with injuries and such, the people that she was supposed to go up against aren't around, so it kind of shuffled the storylines a little bit. And I don't think anyone's expecting Tiffany to explode the way she has. So I think that
Yeah, because when she won Money in the
didn't
Bank,
help.
the
Yeah.
crowd went
yeah,
crazy.
she's supposed to be the bad guy, and the crowd just...
Oh, they
My,
love
my,
her.
my other
She's
thing
awesome.
is, what I
Yeah.
think really hurts anything with Bailey and the women's is Friday night only being 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
you
they don't
as
have
much-
enough time to actually do story.
Yeah, especially
and
when you're
have
jamming a
multiple
half an hour
matches.
bloodline story in every
Yeah.
episode.
Oh my god.
You have the whole bloodline monopolizing a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So
All right, we're moving on. This is yet again. I got this one wrong. Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk with
Yes.
special ref Seth freaking Rollins.
Yes.
This match was still awesome. Heartbreaking, but awesome. I should have went with the story. The story would have been Drew McIntyre getting his revenge. Come on, Brian. You picked Drew, right?
I did.
And then Josh picked.
Josh picked CM Punk.
I picked CM Punk because I thought
Yeah.
what happened was what I thought was going to happen, but I thought Drew was going to screw himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Not CM Punk
Yeah.
screwing himself.
You know, they've been playing this angle, and we should have been paying attention. Drew needed to win,
Yes.
and CM Punk has been his worst enemy. in
So
a
now
lot
the
of these-
shoe's on the other foot, so to speak.
Yeah, so we should have. I should have went with my.
But it's like I said, I
But-
thought it was going to
Yes.
be Drew screwing himself, not CM Punk screwing
But,
himself.
Yeah.
Drew generally doesn't screw himself over. He screwed himself over once, but CM Punk is very.
Yes.
No, but that's what I
Hockey
mean is
ego.
I thought with the way everything was going,
I got you.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
he
agree
was
with
going to
you.
expect
Yeah, you
CM
guys are
Punk
both
to
wrong.
do
It's
something.
fine.
And,
I know it's fine. We're wrong.
You're both wrong.
No,
I was
just-
right. You were wrong.
We were wrong.
Moving
Josh,
on.
It's okay. But that was a great match. Believe it or not, I actually had Allison watch. I go, if you have a beer, we'll have a beer together. We'll watch the match together. So I got her to watch that one match with me. Because I said this is going to be the best one of the night.
Well, you're wrong.
I was wrong. It wasn't the best one of the night, but
It was not.
It was still entertaining.
Yes.
Now the big one of the evening with the big surprise, which you and me both predicted. We
Yes.
we predicted it. We said this person was going to show up with other people. He came by himself. I think
Yes.
it worked better.
It
by
worked better
himself,
by himself. Yeah.
Uh,
Meant more.
we have Cody Rhodes,
Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa,
Bloodline rules.
Bloodline Rules. Great match. They
One
both.
of the ones Josh got right.
We both picked. I picked
Well, 'cause I
Cody.
thought that
you
was
picked
gonna
Cody.
happen.
You picked Solo. What I think this match did was really interesting. That Solo Sikoa, he kind of he studied his moves, so he's blocking a lot of them, which was a lot of fun to watch. But the big moment of the evening, Mark.
Roman Reigns returned.
Yeah, huge.
OTC.
OTC.
And he had the shirt. He
Yeah.
comes out. He takes down Soul. Dude, that was epic. Comes in there, does his thing.
Yeah.
Leaves.
Yeah.
Cody
The look
Rhodes
that
looks
Cody
him right
was
in the
good.
eye,
Yeah.
does his finishing move, ends the
Yeah.
match.
I mean, I don't think I'm the only one in the world that thought when they saw the OTC shirt that he was now sponsored by Prilosec. But besides that,
Prilosec?
OTC.
Over the counter, baby.
Over the counter. Over the counter heartburn medication,
I
baby.
didn't think that.
That's the first thing I thought of when
The
I started
best-
the
the best,
clear.
though,
She's
is-
like, not funny.
The
Yeah,
best
nobody
is
thought that
everyone trying to figure out what OTC meant.
The
he's
original.
he's got heartburn. He's got heartburn. Leave him alone.
It's the original tribal.
It's either original
Only
tribal,
tribal
chief,
chief.
The
only tribal chief,
I think
or
it's
one
only
tribal chief.
or one.
They literally
Tribal chief.
said
One
it
true
when we
chief.
walked out.
They said it like 3 different ways though.
Yeah, they
Each
did.
guy said it different
Well,
way.
but still, we got the point. We got the point.
The shirt's like basically like selling like hotcakes on
Oh,
him.
I'm sure.
He literally made WWE. This is the craziest stat I heard in a long time. He sold $2 million in merchandise in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Just Roman Reigns stuff
Well, they said on Raw,
with his return.
like 1 million,
100 million views
Yeah, like on social
on
media.
social media.
of him
Yes,
returning.
of him returning.
It
They
was,
put out a belt, a special Roman Reigns championship belt
I saw that in the
for
store.
$600,
Yeah,
and it's sold out in 2 hours.
yeah, I believe it.
Craziness.
Yeah,
I want one of those belts so bad, but I'm not spending that much money.
Yeah.
Not just that belt, but like one of those like actual belts.
We didn't even tell Josh this. He wasn't here for this because he missed the show last week.
Well,
Wow.
we don't have a big belt, but we have a belt.
We purchased a belt at the last comic show
Yes.
Oh, nice.
that we're gonna mock up
So
to
this is what's going to happen.
to give away to the winner.
This is belt 1, right?
Yes.
So at the end, before WrestleMania, right? Is WrestleMania the end?
Yes.
WrestleMania is the
season
No,
finale?
no.
Or is that
the,
the
the
beginning?
one
pay-per-view
before
before
WrestleMania
is the
Gotcha.
end.
is
So
the end.
whoever's got the most points, they get the belt.
Yes.
Okay.
WrestleMania will start the new season.
We haven't decided
Did we
if
decide that way? Or
No,
they
no,
said,
no.
we're going to
no,
WrestleMania.
No, because we started with WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We're going to go to WrestleMania to WrestleMania.
Yes.
I think that
Then
makes more
after
sense.
and then
that,
pick up after that. We'll start the
WrestleMania
next
will be our
season.
Super Bowl.
And then go to
because WrestleMania is the ending.
Yes.
It's the culmination
Right.
of
Correct.
everything.
But
That's what we
because
said,
we
so.
started with
So
WrestleMania.
after WrestleMania, the winner will get the belt.
The belt.
Right.
Now,
The loser will have to do something. We haven't decided on that.
I
yet.
don't. I think
Hey,
the
I haven't
winner,
signed up for that.
Yeah, I don't think the loser. I think the winner gets the belt,
Don't worry, it's not gonna be you, Brian.
and then
After this past weekend,
what?
someone's really behind, so don't
Well,
worry about it.
we'll get the points in a minute.
Me?
The
That's
person
me.
will get
I
the
know
belt.
it is.
I'm thinking this is a smaller belt we bought, but their name will be on there. Whoever the winner is, I'm unsure if we will get a better belt for the following season, or that one belt will be.
If we get a sponsor or something, we could do that.
Yeah. So anyway, we have a belt, Josh, for
Maybe
the winner.
Prela 6 OTC can sponsor it.
Your name will be on it. It will be
Yeah.
your belt for
Hey,
the year.
I know some
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we, Mark, can you
That's
give us?
my name.
Can you give us
What's the numbers?
the points for this show, and then the points for everything?
Points for
Okay.
the show, 3 for me. I know that much.
I know. I only got.
So, for SummerSlam,
Yeah.
Josh got 4 points.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Who else
You
did I
got
get right?
2 championships,
You
right?
got 2 championships. You get 2 points.
Oh, that's right.
2 points of championship.
I forgot that was USA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian got 6 points.
Yeah. I got 3.
I won the night
Yeah, you did.
with 7 points.
Only only
Wow,
one.
we were all
Because
that
I got
bad.
Drew right,
Yeah.
and that was the 1 point match.
There was
The
was
only non-championship
Wow.
match of the
We
night
were-
was
we
the only
were
one I got
awful.
right compared to you guys.
The thing is, this was a tough one because they really mixed it up. They
Well,
shook it up.
again, it goes with story. I wasn't expecting Judgment Day to
Right.
implode this quickly.
Yes.
I will say the Sammy and the Drew, those two we should have went with story. The big shakeup was Gunther and Priest. That one could have gone either way. We didn't know Finn was going to show up, so that was
Yeah.
a big one.
Yeah. So, with all that,
Yeah.
coming out of SummerSlam, starting series 2 of season 1.
Okay.
So we're now in the
Or
second
quarter
series.
2.
A quarter.
Whichever. Josh has 44 points.
Okay.
Brian has 57 points.
Oh.
I have 56 points.
Oh, wow. We're almost neck and neck.
Because you were 2 points ahead of me after the last show.
Yes.
I got 1 more point than you did this time. Hence,
And
1
that's
point difference.
that's including my bonus points.
That's including your bonus points, yes.
And you
I have bonus
potentially-
points.
Mark
available.
is the only one with bonus points left.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have that opportunity for 20 points floating in the air somewhere.
I have to tell you, it's hard. Once you do you have like a stellar show.
Yeah.
I came out of Money in the Bank on top,
Yes.
and I'm like, man, the pressure's on.
Yeah.
It's hard.
That
Yeah.
was my problem. Is I was doing so well up until Money in the Bank, and then
Yeah.
I haven't been doing good since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Money in the Bank did
Yeah.
very.
So
we
you have
did it all
3
very well.
weeks until Bash in Berlin.
Yeah, that is
End of the month, August 31st.
Okay, 30. Awesome.
Yeah.
We don't have D&D that day.
We do not.
Thank God.
I know.
Yeah, that should be
So,
really good. So
yeah.
we're gonna have to put our predictions in.
Yes.
I feel like these things are just happening so quickly.
I guess monthly.
Jeez.
That's how it works.
I know.
there's
but
only one match set for that, right? As
Yes.
of now,
we only have Gunther up against
And Randy.
Randy Orton.
that's the only thing that's confirmed yet.
That's the only thing I
that
know.
Brian
of.
knows of.
That
You
I
can't
know
talk
of.
about anything else.
Yeah, I gotta watch the rest of Raw.
Yes.
That one, even looking at it now, we got to see how that builds because I see them both going. Well, wow, I don't know. I really don't know.
Mm.
I gotta see where the story goes.
Yeah.
Would they take it away from Gunther so quickly?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's wrestling in his hometown.
Yeah. And
I thought he was Austrian.
Yeah, he's Austrian. He's not in.
Not if you go by last night. Last night they told him it was his hometown, it was Germany. And they kept saying it over and over again. I'm like, no, but the guy's from Austria. He's been from Austria, billed from Austria this whole time.
His belt has the Austrian flag on it.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
But Randy Orton was telling him he was going home to Germany,
Did he say
to
that?
his hometown. And I'm like,
I don't remember
has anyone
that.
told Randy he doesn't live in Germany?
Unless that's where he trained.
Austria is not a part of Germany. It was once for a couple of years, but besides that, it was never a part of Germany.
Austria's never been part of Germany.
Well, if you know what I was.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that doesn't count as part of Germany, as part of the empire.
I was like, yeah.
He's Australian.
He's
Yeah.
Austrian,
Austrian.
not Australian.
Austrian.
Austrian.
That's what I said.
Grayson
You said
Waller
Australian.
is Australian.
I misspoke. I misspoke.
Oh, speaking
Gunther
of that,
is Austrian.
I
Dude.
misspoke.
Jelly Roll Lane, the SmackDown on
Yeah.
that was
the
amazing.
choke slam
He
heard
did
around
that.
the world.
Yes. Jelly
Again,
roll coming
Austin
out?
Theory showing he is the perfect person to sell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that was like the greatest choke. Looked like the greatest choke slam ever given.
Yes. Yes.
And then poor Jelly Roll, after the 5-knuckle shuffle, needed both guys helping to stand up. I was like, oh boy.
I don't think he realized how difficult all that was because
I don't think he realized. No, I don't think anyone told him how hard it is
crap.
to stand up in a ring without using the ropes, and the ropes
Right.
aren't really sturdy; they're kind of loose.
yeah.
So you're like trying to
I know.
yeah, it was just
All I gotta say is the
like seeing a
song
turtle on
Liar
the back.
is burned into my brain.
Oh my God.
And it's a fantastic song. I
Yeah,
love it.
I'm surprised you not have the album at this point.
It's right on the phone.
Wait, what?
Brian is such a mark.
yeah.
He is such a wrestling mark at this
What
point.
he downloaded the
Yes, you've done the
I
whole
have
album.
the one song. It's a good song.
Surprised you've done the whole album yet.
No, I'm not gonna go full Jelly Roll. I
Just wait,
like
Mark.
one song.
Never
Just-
go full Jelly Roll.
You never go full
Jelly
Jelly
Roll
Roll.
is great, but just wait, Mark. After he watches the rest of Raw, he'll have another song downloaded on there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I thought that song they play it nonstop and it's an earworm.
Yes.
But I also felt like the song really summed up a lot of what was happening story wise.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very smart marketing.
Yes.
And I thought it was a good song.
That is the one thing they're
They
good
did a
at
good
is
job with
picking the
Yeah.
songs that go along with stuff.
yeah,
They're
you
very
know,
good at that.
When they Monday Night Raw, when they started off, they showed all the highlights to that song, and even when they played that song at the very end of SummerSlam with the highlights, I was like, man, lyrically, it summed up a lot of what was happening.
I know, because
With-
they're
with-
very hinting at what the storylines are going to be. A lot of liars.
Yes,
A
yes.
lot of liars
Liars.
involved. A lot of
They're
lying
your
happening.
Casey Kasem.
In Casey Kasem.
Anyway, SummerSlam was awesome.
This letter's from Rhea. From Australia.
Going out to James.
She writes,
Going up to Dominic.
mess with me once, shame on me. Mess with me once, shame on you. Here's Liar from Jelly Roll. On WACC.
WA. Oh my god. Anyway, SummerSlam was fantastic. I had a great time. Holy smokes. It was a lot of wrestling this weekend.
Yeah.
It's just my whole
Yeah.
weekend. Is the boys and wrestling.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Just wait, Brian. You'll be like me and watch NXT and that.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other stuff.
It's funny, after SummerSlam, I'm texting Tony, my brother, and I'm texting Mark. And me and Mark have back and forth. Next day, I get messages from Tony. He's like, Brian, just forget NXT, but they're doing the summer, blah, blah, blah. I would love it, but the thing is, I don't have the time.
Yeah.
I got to watch Raw. I watch
Yes.
SmackDown. I got other
Yeah.
things I got to do in my
Yeah.
life. I would love it, but I just don't have the time. But
If you start watching them when they're actually airing, it might be a little bit more helpful.
the thing is, I have meetings most Monday nights.
No, I know, but I'm saying now you'll be able to Netflix it when you get home. You could,
Yeah.
on
On Hulu.
That's how I watch. I don't watch them like actively. I have them on while I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on Hulu, they do have an hour show which it's just like the superstars.
Yeah.
And basically, they give you the 2 cutout matches from Raw,
Yes.
smacked with a bunch of highlights.
Yeah.
And I watched that just to watch the cutout matches.
Like main event.
Yeah.
I think is it main event?
No, well,
No,
yeah.
main events like the
There's a
B,
bunch of them.
The
There's
show they put like random.
Yeah, there's
guys
main
on
event,
Yes,
then there
it's
was, like-
main event.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
main event. So
It's like random matches.
they open it up with one of the matches cut from Monday. Then the middle
Yeah.
Well,
is
no,
just
Brian.
highlights.
No, that's
and-
Superstars, but
Is it
that's
Superstars?
Superstars.
Okay.
That's
There-
the
no, there's-
international show they put out. It's like their but there's also
there's a
another
bunch
one,
of them.
main
There's
event that's
there's
like their,
superstars. There's main event.
I
like
think it's
Apollo
main event I'm
Crews
watching.
Yeah.
is like a star of main event.
Yeah, main event. But I get to see some. They have matches that obviously I'm not seeing
Yeah.
on Monday night. So I
Yeah.
have to watch
No,
them then.
Brian. What they do is, as a warm up before Raw or SmackDown
They
start,
have matches.
they have that.
Yeah,
That's
those
what
aren't
that is.
actually on Raw or SmackDown. Those are just recorded at the venue that they do Raw or SmackDown at.
Right.
Those are warm up match before the
No,
show.
I understand. I understand
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying. It's
yeah.
before the show, but
Yeah,
it's just
like dark matches. They
Yeah,
call them,
it's just like either people still coming up, or
Yeah,
I've
or
never
guys that are
heard
like,
of them
yeah.
before, or
Guys
That's
that have
when they do
something
Speed.
for
yeah,
That's also when they do the speed shows.
yeah.
yeah. So
The Twitter show.
yeah, I put that on just to check it out. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I mean, I will get into NXT eventually. Just got to.
It's coming to the CW.
I saw
I hear Pierce DeVale's doing the soundtrack.
Pierce the Veil.
The Price of Eel.
Somebody say
October 1st, they're going to CW, and then USA, Raw's
Coming to USA in September.
September. So everything. So
SmackDown,
SmackDown and Raw are gonna be
will be on
Yeah,
USA.
Raw's gonna be on USA.
Yes,
For-
SmackDown's moving
Yeah.
in September
To USA as well.
to USA
Yes.
as well
And
until the end of the year.
And then
Yeah.
Then it
Raw
goes
goes
to
to
Netflix.
Netflix.
thank God, because
Then SmackDown will stay on USA.
the Fox broadcast Stinko.
Oh my
Stinko.
gosh!
I
Everything
can't
like
take it.
black screen, everything.
Everything. The moment they start chanting, black screen. The
Yeah.
moment they even look at the camera, black screen. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing over there?
Yeah,
And
It
it,
drives me up the wall.
what's annoying about that is I watch people who watch react to matches and stuff, and some of those people are like they're not saying anything. Like there's
Right.
nothing going on.
No.
Why
It's
are
just-
they?
Just the
They're
Fox is
very-
just messing them up at this
They're
point.
very like trigger happy.
Yeah.
They also don't want to get a fine.
Yes, because it's broadcast television.
It's broadcast. You can't have the F word.
Can't say anything.
No.
Can't say the S word. You can't say anything.
Yeah. All right, we should wrap it up.
We should wrap it up because we're just rumbling on, babbling for no reason.
Yeah.
So as we say every week, so long, farewell, Vidas, and goodbye. I don't know where that came from.
What is going on?
What is going on?
So-
what is happening?
Farewell.
I really just
Till
like
we meet
blanked.
again.
What?
I really blanked on the
Is
thing
it
I
because
say
we
all the
started
time.
talking about that time of Germany that you?
I was about to say like the thing I usually say, and then I just completely blanked on what
Did
it
the
is I
Battle
say.
of Berlin pay-per-view
say
trip
good
you
night.
up, Mark?
Like something another wrestler says. Good night and good luck and like shoot the gun. And that was like a thing a wrestler used to say. So now I can't remember it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
rewind. Something with a rewind in it. I'll remember it next week.
Good night,
Bye,
Rocky.
everybody.
Good night. Good night, Rocky.
Night, Rocky. How's Iceland?
Good night, Mr. Goon.